Ladies and gentlemen, Soccer Mommy, also Sophie Allison for short, right?
For short.
Thank you so much for being here and playing. We really appreciate it. You were at Project Pabst yesterday here in downtown Portland. How was that for you? How'd that go?
It was fun. It was great.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful weather. Nice festival. Thought the show was good. So.
Very, very unlike today.
Yeah.
But Project Pabst, it's cool actually because that hadn't happened here in Portland for like the better part of 7 years. So.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So lots of people had been wanting this festival to come back for a long time. It was 2 days. Lots of great bands played. So let's just go back a few years here with your beginnings personally. I understand you had a very musical upbringing. You started at a pretty young age.
Yeah, I did. I started playing just guitar and writing songs really when I was like 5 or 6.
Wow. So what kind of songs would a 5 or 6 year old write about?
I mean, you can imagine it's nonsense,
But maybe it isn't.
It's a little nonsense.
Okay, we'll take a little nonsense.
It's a little nonsense. It took a couple of years to not be nonsense.
Sure.
But yeah, I always just liked playing guitar and singing songs, I guess.
Man, I think I was playing with Lego for the next 10 years after that or something like that. I mean, I was not even... Was it the kind of thing where you were encouraged by family members or were you influenced by peers at that point? How did that work exactly?
No, I didn't have like any musical family really. Like my mom's teacher, my dad is in like science.
Okay.
So I didn't have any of that. I just really loved it, and as soon as I like tried it, I didn't want to stop basically.
Wow.
So.
And you didn't, and we're
I
glad
did
for
not.
it. So that's awesome. Continuing on a few years, you attended NYU for what?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
So I always find this is always interesting when this happens because you know where I'm going with this, right? Mm-hmm. With parents, you have an educator, a scientist. You're saying, Mom, Dad, I'm thinking college, not really for me. I'm going to suspend this and work on music. How did that all go?
It was honestly fine. They were totally cool with it. I think they would have been cool with it if I didn't want to go to college in the first place, but I always just planned on doing that.
Sure.
I mean, they don't have to pay anymore. That's a big bonus.
That's the
they
bonus.
They don't have to do that. But no, I mean, I really waited until there was like things to be doing, like tours and stuff. I wasn't just
Smart move.
planning on doing it when I could be just doing it while I was still in school. So.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
And with all the musical stuff that you were learning at an early age, you said guitar. What other instruments had you picked up along the way, or did you stick mainly with guitar?
This is definitely always the main thing for me. I think really just because mostly I just liked writing songs, and I liked to write on guitar. I like dabbled in like playing drums. I was not like, I could like play on a demo or something for myself, but not well. I played saxophone in school.
Oh, see, I always wanted to play saxophone in school because the saxophone was the cool instrument. You know what I mean? It's
I don't know that it was.
Really?
Okay? I don't know that band was a cool situation.
Were you in band? You were in band in
all.
school as well?
I was in band.
Nice.
I actually quit. I quit band after my freshman year of high school because I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
It was really intense at the school I was at too.
Really?
Just like,
Okay.
well, because it was an art school, so I was like in band. Like I had to audition.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I remember the teacher would be like, was just very like trying to get stuff right, and would like stop the music and be like, "What are you doing? Like,
Wow.
play it." And if it was like wrong, he'd be like, "Okay, you need to work on it." And I just didn't play ever.
Wow. Like
He just
calling
was
you
silent.
out as
he would
things
say,
happen.
if you don't know it, just
Wow.
figure it out on your own time and don't play it in the rehearsal.
No
and I was
pressure.
like, sounds great.
Wow. The most stressful thing for me about band was wearing those terrible polyester uniforms when you were marching.
No,
and
we
stuff
didn't
like
do marching.
Oh.
We didn't do marching.
And you thought your
like
band
concert.
was. Yeah, that's good.
Concert.
Be glad that you didn't do marching. Marching band was pretty brutal.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. And speaking of you writing songs and things like that, obviously, when you're going out and playing live shows, you've also had other members with you playing along.
Mm-hmm.
How do you search for other people to join you in playing the music that you do?
Well, it's the worst having to do that. I have a really great band of people now that have been with me for a minute.
Sure.
But whenever somebody is like, I'm gonna do other things with my life or something, it sucks having to find somebody because you want to find like somebody that is not only a good player but like can gel well with you. Because I'm not a bass player. I'm not a keyboard player. I'm not going to sit there and teach you an exact part.
You're not going to call them out at the time and say you're doing it wrong.
With it a little bit. And then you also, you want to like them.
Sure.
It's honestly more important I'd rather them not be doing a very good job at the music and be enjoyable than
Wow,
be a jerk.
So you could all get along great, and the music's like.
I'd probably still be looking, but I'd prefer that.
Right.
I don't want to spend time with someone I don't enjoy.
I get it. Totally makes sense, especially if you're out on the road, spending a lot of time
live
together. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Living together, that makes perfect sense. You yourself, you've been working on some new music. I know you have some stuff on the horizon. Your latest tune, Lost, which I'm hoping we're going to hear from you today. Perhaps we'll hear that.
Perhaps.
It's that tune, and I'll address it really quickly, and I'll let you get back to doing what you're doing. But to me, it's interesting. It has sort of it feels like it has sort of a sad premise to it.
Yes, I'd say it's bittersweet.
Okay.
You know, like mostly bitter.
Mostly bitter.
I think, or it's just mostly. I think it's kind of got like a sadness to it. It's obviously a sad song, but it's like also I think it's a lot of like not just sadness about a situation, but reflecting a bit on yourself and like the way that you, I guess, don't know what you have till it's gone in a lot of situations, and you kind of just take advantage of that a little bit.
My gosh, so the kind of thing that 5-year-old you might not have come up with at the time.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was writing when I was 5. It's the same situation.
Just alone,
just
so
different.
sad. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you once again so much for coming and playing. We'll look forward to hearing the rest of your set. Everyone, Soccer Mommy, once again, thank you.